The young Scotsman reminded the SNP Scotland voted to stay a part of the UK in the 2014 referendum, arguing they will have to accept Theresa May's Brexit plans. His passionate speech defending the democratic vote of 17.4 million British voters sparked applause among the BBC Question Time audience. The young man said, in 2014, the Yes campaign said that this was our one opportunity to free Scotland from being at the mercy of Conservative government policy. 55% of Scotland voted to stay in the United Kingdom and stay at the mercy of whatever the UK's current government policy may be. If that government's policy is a no-deal Brexit, 55% of Scotland voted to be part of that, he added. If the SNP are Democrats, which they say they are, I think they should accept that. SNP First Minister Nicola Sturgeon announced at the party conference in Glasgow earlier this week her party would support a second Brexit referendum if entailed with a new vote for Scottish independence. Ms. Sturgeon set out her plan to torpedo Theresa May's Chequers proposals and pledged the SNP would dilute the final deal or force the UK into a second referendum. The First Minister added that if Scotland voted to remain in any new Brexit referendum, it should not be forced to leave with rest of UK. Brexit news. The young Scotsman blasted the SNP's attempts to derail Brexit. Image, BBC. If the SNP are Democrats, which they say they are, I think they should accept that. Young Scotsman. Ms. Sturgeon continued, if that was the choice, no doubt calls for a second referendum would grow in those circumstances. We would not stand in the way of a second referendum, a so-called people's vote. SNP MPs would undoubtedly vote for that proposition. We would, of course, want to talk to people about how we ensure that Scotland does not end up in the same position all over again, where we voted to remain in the EU but find ourselves facing exit completely against our will. Ms. Sturgeon added that independence was the end goal of a new Brexit referendum, saying, I think we are on a journey that ends with independence. I think Brexit brings issues around this sharply into focus. The Prime Minister rejected calls for a bespoke trade arrangement for Scotland, accusing Ms. Sturgeon of betraying her nation with her attempts to derail Brexit.